Hello, what's going on? I'm Zedmot, and we're back to talk about some warships. I know it's been at least a day since I've talked about warships, managed to hold off yesterday. Have been thinking, have been digging, have been ruminating, drew a couple diagrams. I wanted to talk mostly about the concern that a lot of people out there are having, and that is, like, right now, we've got this ecosystem, for lack of a better term, where you start out, you're just like someone playing PvP, and then you're having fun, and then slowly you join a task force. Most people join task forces, I think, which adds a lot of social, which adds a lot of fun. So then your game starts to revolve around this circle, where you're generating intel, and then you get to hit an operation, and then the operation gives you resources. Once you start leveling up, obviously you only start taking the diamonds, but at lower levels you sometimes take some of the other resources, no big deal, which then goes back and makes your PvP experience stronger, because obviously you're getting more experience, you're talking to people, you're logging in a bit more. It's a decent cycle that everyone seems to enjoy, or you wouldn't be here, obviously. And then they went one step further and they added the Mega Crab, and the Mega Crab is fantastic because the Mega Crab gives intel, it gives us fun, it gives us enjoyment, it gives us resources, and all is well. It was added on in a way that it didn't affect the ecosystem, except for it made PvP easier because you had more resources, you could upgrade, all of that fun stuff. Now, in comes warships. Now, if all of a sudden everyone stops playing PvP because warships is so much fun, oh my gosh, warships, there's a league, there's real-time PvP, then our intel goes away. So my thinking is warships has to give us intel, because there are so many people out there that are only doing PvP. They're only doing this stuff because they want this stuff. So warships, I feel like, whether it has to have some sort of intel generator building, or it has to give us intel for every attack we win, or something along those lines, I feel like warships has to implement intel. Otherwise, all of us who rely on task forces and social activity are gonna wilt away and quit. The only other option, obviously, is if this league over here in warships is so much fun that everyone is using their task force to share replays and get help and stuff like that. But I just can't see that happening, because the task force portion of the game is where so many players rely on for their fun at this point in the thing. So just my 2 cents on warships and intel and resources. Now, obviously, if warships gives resources too, that's great. But at the very least, we've got to get this ecosystem where we can get this happening. I mean, we don't even care about the resources, to be honest. Maybe we do, though. Maybe we need the resources to upgrade our warships. Or maybe it's going to implement its own resources over in here. I don't know the scenario, but I know a bunch of people have been very, very concerned about warships. And in my humble opinion, IMHO, they need to have intel coming from here to keep the game ecosystem alive and well. So do let me know what you think about my sweet, sweet high-tech drawings. If you think that we definitely do need intel coming from warships, or if there's going to be some other currency, because there's also an option that maybe it's going to implement its own ecosystem that sits beside what we already have. I don't know, but I think it's safe to say that they know where people are playing. They don't share that information. I really, really wish we had some sort of method of seeing where people are playing, if the majority of people are playing task forces, what the number one task force is that's attacked, those sorts of details. Boom Beach, please bring us an API. It would be fantastic to be able to have real live information. Things like leaderboards, stats, details would be greatly appreciated. But at the very, very least, I am just trying to be optimistic that they're not going to completely ruin the game, because they're spending 6 months worth of time coding this, or 8 months worth of time coding this, or whatever it's been. We don't know when they started. It was at the very, very latest. It was, this whole warships thing was started in August, because we have that glass door photo showing warships and captains or pilots or whatever you want to call them back from August. So things have been going for quite a while. They've said 2019, which likely probably means more like March or April is my assumption, and this is all assumptions. So we're going to do Imitation Game now, and I'm going to try not to blabber on unless something really hits me in the gut. But Intel, either they need to do away with Intel, or they need to make it more easily attainable, because a lot of people out there only play for the task forces, only play for the social. So hopefully Warships A brings Intel and B brings social, because it sounds like, and please, you Clash of Clans players, do let me know that hopefully when that builder base came out, and I keep coming back to Clash of Clans, that's the only parallel that I've been able to draw so far. Maybe there's going to be no overlap with Clash of Clans at all, but it kind of, one has to assume. So that's our starting point. Maybe that's Boom Beach's starting point, and they're going to work backwards. Maybe it's not at all, but nonetheless, please do bring us some social aspects, bring us some intel, and hopefully all is well. Again, trying not to flog this dead horse, but we've had so little news in the last while that this is exciting, and it's been a long time since, obviously people get hyped a little bit, actually a lot bit. Mega Crab videos do very, very well. People talk about Mega Crab, people enjoy watching Mega Crab, but the day-to-day stuff has just not been there for a while. Imitation Game is terribly broken. For those of you who aren't aware, we get the same bases every frickin' week. I think there's like 6 bases they rotate through or something ridiculous like that. So Imitation Game broken. War Factory, we get about a slight variation on 4 different layouts. We've had the same operation maps forever. Obviously there's a couple of duplexity ones, but the number of people who are actually hitting duplexity, I feel like, is quite low. I want to say less than 1% of the population of the game. I don't know, it could be higher. Maybe it's more like 5, but it's definitely not in the higher than that, I would say. Please do let me know what you think the percentage of people who are hitting duplexity or care about duplexity is, because I don't feel like it's very high. So this update could very well bring us new, exciting, fun times, and it's what is it, water to a desert, or whatever that expression is. It's new, it's good news, and I'm just trying not to oversaturate it. I don't want to do warships videos every day, but if I do, please call me out on it, because that's frickin' ridiculous. But especially because we've only had just a little touch. Now, Drew did say on Discord yesterday that we would definitely be getting videos, plural, in November, which sounds exciting, but on the flip side, what he could mean is that we're getting the November video, that November in Boom Beach, which should come out tomorrow, and the Mega Crab animation video. So hopefully that's not what he meant. Hopefully he means we will have at least one developer update video just to keep the hype alive. I am watching Boom Beach every morning, first thing when I wake up after I am sorted. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking on Discord to see if people are talking about a new developer update video, because I want to see what the developers have to say. Drew is the community manager, yes, but he's not the coder. He's not the guy who actually is writing the code, and so I'd really like to see from the back of those dudes. It didn't sound right. Just to get a little bit more perspective and a little bit more thoughts as to what they're doing and why they're doing it, and hopefully they get maybe they sneak some stats in there as far as what people are playing, or I don't know. Imitation Game, as you can see, we are using the medic tribe with medics and grenadiers. Now, I don't know if this actually makes the medics heal faster. I know it says medic speed. I know they move faster, but I don't know that it actually makes them heal faster. There's been a bunch of controversy. I think we've had this tribe before, but it might have been just called movement speed instead of speed. I think this one's just called medic speed, isn't it? Medic speed. So please do let me know if you remember the other tribes, if they were movement speed or speed, and if they actually influenced the healing rate of medics. I only have low level medics, so this is more of a for show than anything, but we will find out. Hopefully someone out there has done the tests and will tell us, because I feel like the number of people who have been doing the in-depth tests and things like that has reduced dramatically. I don't know if he got sick and tired of the lack of answers or what happened, but that's their words, not mine. Sorry, that's not to sound what's the word I'm looking for, negative, but I feel like we haven't had people testing. Maybe they just have tested and it's no longer needed to be tested anymore or something like that, but I feel like there used to be a whole bunch of more stuff tested. So please do let me know if you've tested to see if this tribe's working or not, or if you just don't care about medics. So let's keep trying to get our grenadiers back into this little range. Did Everspark die? Yes, she did. Perfect. That would explain why this cannon is taking pot shots at our troops. Potentially failure happening here, folks. It seems to always happen when I bust out my level 1 grenadiers. Level 1 grenadiers are great and fun, but maybe not quite ready for prime time against a level. Actually, it's only 52, so we're going to have problems as soon as we get into the range of that boom cannon and that shock launcher. So we're about to lose a grenadier, hopefully just one. I'd really like to get a little bit more. Looks like maybe they're healing faster. This is a speed test. Yes, look at these guys. I don't know. We're going to try to get a shock, because I don't want to sit here for the next 2 minutes and 10 seconds waiting for this base to either die or not. If I get one shock, we have a chance. Maybe I should use my artillery instead. Don't actually know. Low-level grenadiers. Maybe should have smoked to the back. Look at all that free GBE back there instead of coming for the full frontal attack. Just need something to happen. Come on, Grans. We've got something like 6 of you, it looks like. 6, 8 maybe even. But we just need a shock quickly. That flamethrower has been on. There we go. There's our shock right in there. Come on. Oh, too late. Already lost at least one of... Are we going to fail on stage 5? Stage 5 failure coming up with medic speed boost and with cheap shocks. So I feel like I should just quit, but then I have to edit the video more than I already have, because I still have not had time to get a cable. Halloween last night was amazing. Just had probably the best Halloween in years, I want to say. We had something in the neighborhood of 80 kids come to our house, which is a lot. And I got the kids out. We trick-or-treated with the neighbors, which was awesome. Sipping on some adult beverages, walking around the neighborhood as our kids and their kids ran around willy-nilly. And then took the kids to fireworks, and we incredible fireworks. I was just like, I think it's just like some heritage society or something puts on fireworks in the town, and they went on for like 25 minutes, and it was magical and amazing and awesome, and my kids loved it. So just overall fantastic night. Hope you guys had a equally great Halloween, whether you like Halloween or not. I know a lot of people don't. If you were to just close the drapes, did I just say drapes? Curtains, and turn the lights off, or put a bowl of candy out front and said go nuts. Or I got one of my good friends, they just go to the movies every Halloween. They have no interest in anything. So there's obviously different people, different thoughts. Halloween is one of those holidays that either you like it or you hate it, and you know what, I really do enjoy it. It's one of those things that I think that in my head I feel like I don't enjoy it that much, and then every year it's better than the last year. So good times, and none of my kids dressed up as a Boom Beach warship. And by the way, shout out to Mr. Skull Crusher, who dressed up as a Johnson and a rifleman, I should say, and did a great job of it. So nice to see someone out there representing Boom Beach in community, or I don't know what you're doing, if you're just for a live stream or if you're out at a party wearing it or what, but well done to Skull Crusher. Liked that a lot, saw that on Twitter, so well done. And let's take down stage whatever the heck we're on. Stage 5 already failed, so we're gonna have to solo the rest. If we use Grenadiers, I don't know, might use Grenadiers. We'll see what stage 6 has to offer. It's likely a base we've hit 50 times already, and there are a couple stage 6s we can take out. If it's the one with like the shock blaster at the front, then not gonna happen. We'll see. Come on, stage 5 down. Johnny with his rainbow statues got the best of us. Always a sad, sad day when that happens. Nonetheless, moving right. Did you guys like my drawing? Like, I am not a graphics artist, as you can tell. Just threw a couple things together. We've got a rocket launcher there. Okay, we're going to use Grenadiers, and the reason for using Grenadiers is because we can do some magical things with them. Don't need to artillery anything there. Let's get rid of this rocket. Don't think we even need to do that, but we might as well. Now, our medics should hopefully keep up with our Grenadiers. I'm leaving those mines on the right-hand side of shore on purpose, and the reason being that I want my Grenadiers to hit one of those mines and get our medics to follow closely in behind. Hopefully they don't die before we get back there. Oh, man. See, this is the beauty of level 1 Grenadiers. Just not good at all. They got wrecked by that. Like, oh, not good. Not good at all. Do not recommend. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. So they're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Grenadiers. And we're going to move back to here just to avoid killing all of our medics. Hoping not to kill our medics. Flared back a little bit just to get away, and now we need to remove some boom cannons. I just lost, speaking of removing, I just lost my connection with the... Gotta get a cable. Maybe I should just order... Why did I not order off Amazon? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'm just gonna use my Prime and get a cable that way. I keep thinking about going to the local store to pick it up, and that's just so old-fashioned. Come on, brain. Let's get rid of that boom cannon, and maybe, just maybe, we can take this down with a whole 6 Grenadiers, because this is not, we're not off to a flying start. Let's get rid of everything we possibly can, and hopefully, you know what, I think we can. I think we should be able to take this down with our 6 Grenadiers. Hopefully, Valentina is gonna go down. Let's get rid of that machine gun just to speed things up a little bit. Do not have a lot of time, and that machine gun is not going away for whatever reason. Come on, machine gun, go away. Need to keep our critters alive. Need to get all of our dudes chucking at the HQ. Let's throw one shock out, because why not? And we'll just see if we can take this down as I put my phone down so it does not disconnect again. I haven't seen any of you complaining about my disconnects. Please let me know if you care, or if my technical difficulties page has been humorous. I need to refresh that. Overall, just say something, please. Comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever the thing involved is. I think we've got this. So even after losing basically all of our Grenadiers at shore, we're going to take this down with very little difficulty. So if you've never smoked Grenadiers, stage 6 is a great stage to try it. I've got level 3 Grenadiers and either level 1, 2, or 3 medics. I think it's level 2 medics. I think we have level 1 Grenadiers, level 2 medics, level 3 tanks. You guys probably know better than I do, because I've probably talked about this 50 times in the past. I'm going to move I want to move slightly closer, but if I do and I get stuck in that shock launcher, I'm doomed. So we're just going to stay where we are. I think we should have plenty of time, and hopefully this goes down. Apologies for the awful, awful loss of life at the shore there. Many mines were involved. I'm really hoping I'm not going to regret not moving forward. We'll find out. I'm going to shock this stuff up front again, just to let my critters do a little bit more damage for an extra second or two. That's all that shock was for. down goes stage 6 with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grenadiers. So give that a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. I think my Twitter frame needs to be moved over just a touch, right about there perhaps. If you're not following me on Twitter, please do so. I post some things sometimes. Just another way to stay in touch. So we are not going to be able to gren this, I don't think. Maybe, just maybe, we can though. Should we try? Probably. You know what? Let's try. I'm going to have to use all of my GBE on that back shock blaster probably. And then we'll just figure it out. So let's try that. I'm going to get rid of the shock blaster at the very start of this attack. Otherwise, I'm going to forget it or have to rush it, or I'm going to disconnect my cable. None of the things that I want to do right now. That's one of the good things about grenadiers, is if you're leaving them at shore, you don't have to, you have a lot of GBE left over, more than you would with tanks, obviously. Now I'm going to drop Everspark into here. I'm going to push the button, and we're going to hack that boom cannon. I like to do this because it's one less thing that I have to barrage later on, and it will save us a little bit of time and potentially remove a building as we again lose our cable connection as it reconnects. And as you can see here, the boom cannon that we hacked took out the sniper tower, which made our lives much easier. Need to get a shock out as I almost lost all my troops at the shore again. So I feel like that hack at shore made things much easier for us, because it removed the 2 defenses that we would have had to worry about if we were not being super careful. So now I just need to keep Everspark alive. That did not work. I was hoping she would hack that cannon. It did not go as I had planned, but she's still alive by some fluke of nature. Nature? I don't think nature is the word I was after there. Cheap shocks, definitely helping. We have lost only 3 grenadiers so far. We're going to start losing them very quickly if we're not more careful. Holy crow, this is my level 1 grenadiers with no troop health are just sitting right on the brink of death this entire attack. I'm going to move my shock over to this side in the hopes that my grenadiers remove that 1 rocket launcher. I think this attack is basically over though. I think we're done. Need to get rid of the shock launcher. Maybe on some... Nope, we're done. Okay, so stage 7 against Star Black. Level 1 grenadiers, just not gonna happen. Too much, I assume ice. Yep, we got a boosted ice back there. At least 4 ice on this base. Not enough health on my grenadiers. Rip, there goes that attack. Definitely should have been able to take that down in 2 very easily, but we lost 1 on stage 5. So nonetheless, warships hopefully bringing intel. Imitation Game, same as always, same bases we've seen many times. If you have troop health or higher than level 1 grenadiers, you should be able to take down all 7 stages fairly easily. So that's it. That's all. I'm Zedmont. Again, please do let me know what you think about warships, what you hope it brings. I'm really looking forward to a new social aspect with this league they've talked about. I'm also hoping that it brings intel to keep our existing social aspect, which is task forces, alive and well. Because honestly, the number of people that I know that only play for the task force is very high. Let me know if you're even in a task force, if your task force is a big part of your game, or if you're just enjoy attacking things or defending things. The other thing, one more thing before we go, I really like to see warships bring some sort of defensive gameplay, because right now there's no point building defenses or using ice or trying to defend your HQ, because there's no point. Whereas hopefully maybe you can, if you get the person to 0-star attack, you get an intel or something like that. That'd be nice to see. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thanks for coming in. Happy Friday. Happy November 1st. Hopefully your Halloween went well. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. This is my long and drawn out goodbye. Peace.